Guys, it's 10 bells. You ready? Folks, start gathering around. It's 10 bells right now. We start our auctions right on time. Good morning, everybody. Welcome here to today's land auction. I'm Jared Chambers with People's Company. We're happy to have you here on this nice, beautiful southern Iowa day here. It sure could shut the faucet off anytime soon. I'm sure everybody would agree around here. We're here on behalf of the Brenton family today. I want to say thank you to the Brenton family for allowing People's Company to represent their land today here at today's auction. Real quick, I want to introduce our staff here today. Right to my left, your right is Cannon Clark with People's Company. Jeff Obrecht's over there, going to be one of the ringmen. Darren Becker on my right, one of the ringmen as well. We've also got Kenny Herring back there in the back. Steve Brewer, the owner of the company, standing back here somewhere. Hi, Steve, back there. And we got Mike Nelson. I seen him walk in a little bit ago. All agents and everybody with People's Company. If you got land you're wanting to visit with about, be sure and see one of us today here after the auction. Again, I want to thank the Brenton family for allowing us to be here today to represent their land at today's auction. Folks, the Brenton farm has been owned by the Brenton family for over 28 years. Keep that in mind. 28 years the Brenton family has owned it. The attorney will be Verl Norris for the closing right here in Corydon, Iowa. Verl Norris will be the attorney. Also, real quick, I want to thank Randy Adams back there. Randy's sitting here. Randy has been the caretaker for this property for the entire time the Brenton family has owned it, and then back when Jim Schaefer owned it. So Randy knows the ins and outs of this property, and I want to personally thank him for all his hard work and helping me get ready for this auction and working with us out there on the trails and around the cabin and everything like that. So thank you, Randy. I do appreciate it. We're going to go on the PowerPoint here today. Today, folks, this farm is going to be offered today by the whole dollar amount. Whole dollar amount. We're not doing price per acre. It's a whole dollar amount. We'll kind of go over a little bit here shortly, but it's going to be a whole dollar amount because we're going to be writing it down on the boards when we come back to track number 3, which is the combination for the entire farm. So we're going to be doing a whole dollar amount auction today. We're going to start with track 1, establish a price, track 2, establish a price, and then track 3 will be the combination of track 1 and 2 added together, and it'll be a higher dollar amount where we start with that. If you need a calculator, they're back there on the table. Folks, help yourself with a calculator. We're also going to be taking breaks today too, folks. We're going to take breaks. We're going to take as many breaks as needed so everybody has ample time to make bids today. We're not going to cut anybody short. I don't want anybody walking out of here today saying, I didn't have a chance to bid on that farm today. Folks, you're going to have every chance you want to bid on this farm today. Track 1, you'll see, is 120.5 surveyed acres. Track 2 is 89.95 surveyed acres. Totals to 210.45 surveyed acres. Folks, the survey was done back in May on this farm, and you've seen the maps in your folders, the survey paperwork in your folders. We got them back there by the iMac computer and everything too. Again, we'll take as many breaks as needed during the auction, and if you got any questions, folks, please feel free to raise your hand. There are currently no leases in place. There's no hunting leases. There's no leases of any sort right now. Possession will be granted at closing on or before August 7th, 2015. A 10% earnest money is due today. Again, checks will be payable to Verl Norris Trust account. The balance will be due at closing in cash. Guaranteed check or wire transfer. There is no fence. Again, no fence separating tract 1 or 2. There is no fence at all separating parcel 1 and parcel 2. It'll be up to the new buyers to install a fence if they wish to do so. I just want to make a quick note, all other existing perimeter fences are in as-is condition. They're selling in as-is condition today. Please make note of this, the sellers will allow new buyers, if it is sold today, to begin hanging tree stands and do food plot preparation before closing, as long as the contracts are signed and earnest money checks are deposited. So as long as everything's moving good towards the closing, sellers will allow you access to begin hanging your tree stands and working on your food plots if you wish to do so. The successful buyer of tract number 1 will be responsible for any and all updates to the existing septic system at the cabin per the Wayne County Sanitarian. Dave Rhodes is back here. He's a Wayne County Sanitarian. Dave, if you don't mind, raise your hand real quick. He's brought the paperwork with him today. If you got any quick questions, Dave could probably answer them for you real quick. But it'll be up to the buyer to update the system. The system will not meet the requirements of the DNR at this time. I want to make a note too, and I'm going to point it out on the board. There is a known burial site located at the southwest corner of Track 2. I'm going to be in the screen a little bit, but folks, if you can see my fingers right here, there is 3 burial sites right there. The Wayne County Pioneer Commission contacted me a few months ago. The Hook family, which a lot of you locals around here know the Hook family name, there's 3 ancestors of the Hook family buried there. The Pioneer Commission got permission from the neighbor to go across, permission from the sellers. They went in there and they put up cattle panels, 4 cattle panels to separate around the burial sites. So it's right there. Is there any questions about that burial site right there? Real quick. All they did is just put the panels up there. The Pioneer Commission wanted to be able to recognize it, know where it is. They recorded it with GPS and everything like that. They were just concerned with the heritage and the history of it, that somebody would come in there with a dozer and start clearing trees, and the gravestones would be wiped out and nobody would know about it. So wanted to be sure and make a comment about that. There is no electric or water service located on Track 2. Track 1 has electric buried underground back to the cabin and garage. The rural water pit is located on Track 1 right at the main entrance there. But folks, on Track 2, there's no electric or water service directly on Track 2. We want to make note about our maps. All lines drawn on maps and the photographs are approximate. Folks, you know as well as I do, it's hard to kind of create maps on a Google Earth image and create the lines and everything like that. So they are approximate. They're not guaranteed accurate. The property if sold sells as is, where is, with no warranties expressed or implied by the sellers or auction company. This property is offered subject to the seller's acceptance today. Folks, we're going to take breaks. We're going to be in contact with the sellers. The sellers are very motivated to sell today. We're happy you're here today. All the information in the brochure and ads are believed to be accurate but not guaranteed. Buyers, you've been responsible for your own due diligence on this property. Folks, in your folders, you'll see the legal descriptions for Track 1 and 2, so take a look at them. They're in the folder. Here's the estimated taxes right here. The taxes are approximate by acre and are subject to change. The majority of the farm is in the Forest Reserve Program. It can be taken out of the program if a new buyer wishes to do so. It's been in long enough. They tell me at the assessor's office, K. Middlebrook, that as the farm's been in for over 15 years, you can take it out of the program if you wish to do so. You don't have to pay any penalty, but you got to pay normal taxes then. If you got any questions, you can contact the assessor's office. Again, pretty simple terms here. No liabilities are assumed by the seller's auction company or attorneys. Sale is subject to all easements, covenants, leases, and restrictions of the record. Again, possession will be granted at closing on or before August 7th, which you can have possession to hang tree stands and work on your food plots before then. After the auction today, the successful bidder or bidders will enter into a real estate contract and deposit with People's Company the required 10% earnest money. The sellers will provide the current abstract at their own expense. This sale today is not contingent on buyer financing. Keep that in mind, please. We are agents. People's Company and its representatives are agents of the seller. The winning bidder acknowledges that they are representing themselves in this transaction today. Go ahead. Here's how we're going to do the auction process. Again, it's going to be offered in order of 1, 2, and 3. We're going to establish a price on Track 1, go to Track 2, and then for Track 3, it's going to be the addition of 1 and 2, and I'm going to start at a higher dollar amount than the 2 of them. Then we're going to go to break. Then we're going to come back. Each and every one of you has an opportunity to bid at any time. Keep that in mind. Just because somebody gets in on 1 and we come back at round 2, you can get right back in there and get to bidding if you want. Same on track number 3 for the combo. Don't hesitate. Get in and get bidding. You have ample time. You have any opportunity whenever you want to bid. Just let us know. The auction will be over when every bidder has exhausted their money to spend today and the sellers have decided whether to reject or accept the highest bid presented. As always, the auctioneer has final say over the auction process and all bidding increments. Folks, I want to emphasize that. All bidding increments will be at the discretion of myself today. We're not going to sell this out for pennies on the dollar, folks. Again, the sellers are very motivated to sell today. So is there any questions before we get started on how we're going to do 1, 2, and 3? Go ahead, sir.
Are you ever going to separate them again?
Yes, after the break, we will come back, and after our first break, we're going to come back. His question was, are we going to separate them? We're going to come back after the break, and we're going to start with tract 1 again. And we're going to run it through. If the bid on tract 1 gets raised, then the tract 2 it gets raised, and then the combo if it gets raised. Did I answer your question okay, sir?
Yes.
Okay, any other questions? I want to make sure nobody has any confusion how we're going to do the process. It's whole dollar amount. The guys up on the boards are going to go ahead and figure the price per acre and write it down for you, but we're going to sell a whole dollar amount today. Is there any other quick questions? If you got a question during the auction, don't be afraid to stop us, tell us time out, anything like that. We're here to work with you. Any other questions before we get going? All right, the auction's on. We're going to start with tract 1 right there, 120.5 acres. Jeff, where are we going to start her at today? 200,000. Let's go. 200 there and 225. And 200 there now 225. Bid 225,000. On 200 there now 225. I'm going to bid 225. Would have bid 210. Let's go to work here. On 200,000. 210 where? On 200,000. 10 to bid. 10 to buy. Bid 200,000. Get your hands held high, guys. We don't want to miss you. 200. 210. 210. 20 where? I got 210 there now 20,000. 210 there now 20 to bid. 20 to buy. Bid 220,000 where? 210. 20 where? On 210 there now 20 to bid. 20 to buy. Bid 220 in the back. 220. 30 where? On 220 there, now 30 to bid, 35, one more time, bid 230, come on, would be 130, 220 in the back, got to be 230, I'm 220, straight away, got to be 230, 220,000 there, not going to be 230, anybody else want to bid 230, anybody else want to bid 230, 220 now 30, I'm straight away, 220, got to be 30, 220,000, got to be 230, when anybody want to bid 230, 220 now 30, 220 now 30 to bid, 30 to buy, bid 230, anybody else want to bid 230, 220 now 230, 220 now 230, way in the back, 230, now 40, I'm 230 there, now 40 to bid, 40 to buy, you're out, sir, got to be 240, I'm 230, straight away, got to be 240. I'm 230 now, 40 to bid, 40 to buy, bid 240, one more time, sir, hang right in there, got to be 240. I'm 230 there now, 40 to bid, 40 to buy, bid 40, and bid 240, 230 straight away, got to be 40, 230 there now, 40, 230 now, 40, I'm 230, straight in the back, 40, now 50, 240 there now, 50 to bid, 50 to buy, bid 250, one more time, bid 250, I'm 230, now 50, 240 there now, 250 in the back, you're out, got to be 250, anybody else want to bid 250, 240,000, got to be 250, 240,000 there now, 50 to bid, 50 to buy, would have bid 250, 250, 240,000, 250 where? 240,000, got to be 250, anybody else want to bid 250, 240 now 50, 240 now 50, 240 now 50. Hold it at a 240, what's your number, sir? 240,000 to buyer 251. Guys, write it down real quick, 240,000 to buyer 251. Kenny's going to go ahead and figure the price per acre, those of you that want to kind of see where we're at. 240,000 established on tract number 1. Let's go on to tract number 2, 89.95 acres. It's on the west side of tract 1. 89.95. Jeff, where are we starting her at today?
128, go.
125,000, now go. On 125, 35, where? 125, got to be 35, got to be 135, 125,000, got to be 135, 125,000, 135, got to be 135, but 135,000, where? 125, 35, where? 35, 50, 135, now 50 to bid, 50 to buy, bid 150, 135 there, now 50 to bid, 50 to buy, bid 150,000, where? 135 is bid, got to be 150, 135 there, now 50 to bid, 50 to buy, we'll go 145, I'll work with you one time, 135, 45 where? 135 there, 45, 50, and 45 there, now 50 to bid, 50 to buy, bid 150. 145 bid, gonna be 150. 145, gonna be 150. Anybody else want to bid 150? 150, 60. On 150 there now, 60 bid, 60 buy, bid 160. 150, 60, 70. 160 there now, 70 bid, 70 buy, would have been 170. I'm 160,000 on the right side, gotta be 170. 160,000, 170 where? 160,000 there, 170 bid, 170. 160, 170. 160's bid, gonna be 170. Anybody else want to bid 170? 160 there, 170 where? 160 on the right side, gonna be 170. 160 now, 70. 160 goes 70, 80, 170 there, 80 to bid, would have been 80, and one more time, bid 180,000, where? 180,000, 180,000, 180,000, 170's bid, gonna be 180, 170 gonna be 180, 170's bid, gonna be 180, one more time, get 180,000, 90,000, where? 180 now, 90, 180 gonna be 90, would have been 90, one more time, anybody else want to bid 90, 180 now, 90, 180,000 gonna be 90, anybody else want to bid 190, get it 90, would have been 190, 180, 90, 180,000 gonna be 190, hang right in there, 100, nice farm guys here, it hasn't been on the market for 28 years. 180's bid, got to be 190. 180 there now, 190, get it 190. Anybody else would have been 190? 180 now, 190, get 190,000 where? 180,000 bid, got to be 190. 180,000, get it 85. Well, I'll work with you one time. 180,000, 85 where? 180,000, 85, get it 85, would have been 185,000. 185,000, 185,000, 180,000 bid, got to be 185. 180 now, 185. 180,000, got to be 185. Let's hold it, 180,000. Can I get your buyer number, please? 180,000, put it on buyer number.
253.
253, 180,000 on 253.
2001.
Folks, we're gonna move on to track 3. We're gonna add track 1 of 240,000, track 2 of 180,000. Folks, I went to school here in Corydon, Iowa. That equals $420,000. Am I right, Darren? You were a banker.
I went northern Iowa, it comes up the same.
The same number up there too? Holy cow, we're doing good here today, guys.
Not quite as many acres. But
Not quite as many acres, right there. The combination totals 420,000. Folks, you got to be 430 to get in on the combination. 420's bid, got to be 430. On 420 there, got to be 430, and 430, get a 430,000 where? On 420's bid, got to be 430, get a 430, and 430. 430,000 for the combination. 430's bid, got to be 440. On 430 in the back, got to be 440, get a 440, and 440. 430, 440 where? On 430,000, got to be 440, get a 440, would have been 440 on the combination for the entire farm. 440,000 where? 430's bid, got to be 440. On 430 there, got to be 440, get a 440,000 where? 430's bid, got to be 440. On 430 there, got to be 440. Anybody else want to bid 440? 430 there, now 40 to bid, 40 to buy, bid 440. 430 now 40. 430,000, got to be 440. 430 now 440. 430 there, got to be 440, folks. 430 there, now 440. Get in and get going here. 430 now 440 where? 430,000, got to be 440. Anybody else want to bid 440? 430 there, now 440. 430,000 bid, got to be 440,000 where? 430. 40 where? On 430 there, now 40 to bid, 40 to buy, bid 40. Anybody bid 440? 440. 440. 430 now 40. Let's hold it. 430,000. What's your number, sir?
255.
430,000 on 255. Let's get it wrote down, please. 430. Folks, the leaderboard is going to stand with bidder number 255 at 430,000. Folks, we're going to take our first break. We're going to be on the phone with the sellers. Again, help yourselves to the refreshments and cookies over there. We will be back in just a few minutes. This will be a quick break right here, folks. This will be. If you've got any questions at all, come see Jeff or anybody here with People's Company. The current leaderboard is 430,000 with bidder number 255. Folks, you can see that's a $10,000 difference from the combination of 1 and 2. We will be back just shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, gather back around again. Help yourself to the refreshments back there and the cookies and everything. Is there any quick questions before we start with round 2 here? Any quick questions before we start with round 2? Folks, our leaderboard shows 430,000 to buyer 255. If you have any interest in bidding on tracks 1 and 2, you need to get in and get going. You need to get in and get going. We're $10,000 difference. If you have money to spend today and you want to own track 1 or track 2, get in and get going. Don't be afraid to bid. Don't hesitate. We will come back, but we're going to start back at track 1 right here. Track 1 on 120.5 acres. We're at 240,000. Got to be 250. On 240,000. 50 where? On 240 there. Now 250 to be 55. 250,000 where? 240's big. Got to be 250. 60 where? On 250 there. Now 60 bid. 65 bid. 260,000. I got 250 big. Got to be 260. On 250 there. Now 60 bid. 65 bid. 260. One more time. Bid 260. 250. I can't see in the back. Sometimes a little nods and handshakes and everything like that. 250's bid. Got to be 260. On 250 there. Now 60 bid. 65 bid. 260. Anybody else want to bid? 260, 250 there, now 60 bid, 65 bid, 260,000 where? 250, 60 where? On 250 there, now 60 bid, 65 bid, 260, anybody else want to bid 260? 250, 60 where? 250,000, gonna be 60, anybody else want to bid 260? On 250, right here, gotta be 255, 250, 55 where? On 55, 60 where? On 255, gonna be 60, we want to bid 260, one more time, bid 260, hang right in there, gonna be 260, 255, 260,000 where? 255, gonna be 260, and one more time, bid 260, 250, gotta be 260, just look like 260, 65, 260,000, 65 where? On 260 there, now 65 would have been 265,000 where? 260, 265, 260, that'd be 265, anybody else want to bid 265? 260,000 here, gotta be 265. I'm riding in the front row, 260, gotta be 265. 260,000, gotta be 265, anybody else want to bid 265? 265, 265, anybody else want to bid 265? I'm 260, right here, gotta be 265. 260,000, 65 where? Let's hold it. New bidder, 260,000. What's your number, please? 256.
2157.
Oh, that hurt.
What would be 260,000?
So we're at 440. So we get 450.
All right. Moving on to track 2. Kenny, you got that taken care of. We're going to start with track 2. Keep moving on. Track 2, 89.95 acres. Right there to go. How many dollars where? We're 180,000. Let's make it an even 200,000. 180. 200 where? 180,000. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 200,000. 180. 200,000 where? 180 being going to be 200. Going to be 200,000 where? 180. 90 where? 180 going to be 90. Making me work the hard way. 180. 90 where? 180 going to be 90. Would have been 190. Anybody else would have been 190,000 where? 180's big. Got to be 190. Help yourselves out here, guys. Own track 1 and 2. The combo is going to be after this. 180 bid. Got to be 190. 180,000 going to be 190. Anybody else want to bid 190? 180 going to be 190. Anybody else want to bid 190? 180,000, 90 where? 180,000 going to be 90. 180,000 going to be 190. Anybody else want to bid 190 where? 180,000. 190 where? 180,000 going to be 190. Anybody else want to bid 190? 180,000 going to be 190. 180 going to be 190. 180 go 85 then. Help me out. 85. 90 where? 185,000 going to be 190. I got 185 in the back. 190, 95 where? 190, gonna be 195, 200,000, 195 gonna be 2 to bid, 2 to buy, bid 200,000, anybody else gonna bid 200,000, 25, 200,000 there, gonna be 205, one more time, bid 205,000, 200,000, gonna be 205, on 200,000, gonna be 205, one more time, anybody else gonna bid 205, we're having an auction here today, guys, 200,000, 205 where? On 200,000, gonna be 205, gonna be 205, anybody else gonna bid 205,000 where? 200,000, 205, 200,000, gonna be 205, anybody else gonna bid 205, 200,000, gonna be 205, where are we at, Ken, 200,000, gonna be 205, 200,000 going to be 205, 205, 205, 200,000 on the right side, going to be 205, anybody else want to bid 205, 200,000, right side, got to be 205, 200,000, 205,000 where? 200,000 now, 205 where? 200,000 going to be 205 where? Let's hold it, 200,000, same bidder number, 200,000 on the same bidder number. 253 is the bidder number, correct? Thank you. 200,000. Let's move on to track number 3 right here. Track number 3, the combination, folks. Right now for the total, we're at $460,000. The track 3, if you want to bid, you got to be higher than that. I'm going to do $5,000 increments. I will not go any lower than that. I'm telling you right now. $5,000 increments only. We're 460 up there, don't you? Yep, we're at 460. 465 where? 460,000, gonna be 465 where? I'm gonna go 5,000 increments, I'm not going any lower than that. 460,000, 65 where? 460 big, gonna be 465, gonna be 465,000 where? 460 big, gonna be 465, 465. You guys are got to get going if you want to own the combination. 465, 460,000, going to be 465, 465. I'm 460,000, going to be 465, 460,000, 65, 70 where? I'm 465, going to be 470, anybody else on the bid 470, 465, going to be 470, 465, going to be 470, anybody else on the bid 470, I'm 470, 75 where? I'm 470,000, going to be 475, one more time, bid 475, come with me sir, 470, going to be 475, 470,000, going to be 475, 80,000, folks, the farm's going to sell today, 475,000. Fire 80, 480, get it 480, would have been 480. I'm 475, 480, 485, 480,000. Folks, the farm's going to have a new owner today, I'm telling you right now. 480,000 big, going to be 485, 485, 480,000, going to be 485, 485, 480,000, going to be 485, 485. There's going to be a new owner to this farm today. 480,000, going to be 485, 480,000, going to be 485, 485, 485. If you want to own the farm, get your hands held high. 480,000 big, going to be 485, 485, 480,000 big, going to be 485. Anybody else on the bid at 485, 485, 485. I'm 480,000 on the left side, got to be 485, 485, 485, 480,000, going to be 485, 485. Let's write it down. 480,000, what's your number? 258, 480,000 to 258. $485, wasn't it?
480.
Or 480.
2280.
Steve, let's take just one quick break here real quick. Just because I'm out of shape and I need a break. Want to take a minute to recognize a couple of bankers. We got a representative from Farm Credit Services here today, and also IFF Corporation, Iowa Farm Finance from Des Moines, Brian. Appreciate these guys coming down to our auction today. Those of you that are farmers and invest in ag land and everything know it takes farmers like these, or bankers like these guys to help everybody out. So we do appreciate them coming down, taking time out of their day. Folks, we're going to move on. Track 3, the combo, is the leaderboard right now at $490,000. Folks, for you individuals, you have to exceed from this point forward $490,000. You have to total $495,000. There's not going to be any more tie bids going into the leaderboard for track 3. It is at $490,000. If you want to be on the leaderboard, you have to exceed $490,000 from this point forward. Right now, we're at track 1. We're going to start again. We're at $265,000. You got to be 270, 265, 270 where? Was that a yes yet? 270, 75 where? 270,000. Make it be 275. Would have been 275 one more time. 275. Going to 275. Would have been 275,000 where? 275 where? 270 big. Going to be 275. Would have been 275. 270 big. Going to be 275 one more time. Bid 275. 270 big. Going to be 275. 270 big. Going to be 275. Would have been 275. Anybody else on the bid? 275. 275. 275. 270 big. Going to be 275 one more time. Anybody else on the bid? 275. 275. I got 270,000 big, gonna be 275, 275, 275, 275, 270's big, gonna be 275 where? 270,000, gonna be 275, 275, 270 big, gonna be 270, don't let 5,000 slip away from you. 270 big, gonna be 275, 275, 275, 270,000 big, gonna be 275, anybody else want to be 275, 275, 275, 275. Folks, if track 2 exceeds the combination right now and we get to a higher dollar amount, this farm could sell after this round. If you want to bid on this farm, you need to bid now and bid often. 270's bid, got to be 275. We could not be coming back to another round. 270 bid, got to be 275. If you want to own it, get your hands held high. 270 bid, got to be 275. 270 bid, got to be 275,000 where? 270 bid, got to be 275, and if you want to bid 275, 275, 275, 270's bid, got to be 275 one more time. So you're going to bid 275, 270 big, going to be 275, 270 now, 275. Let's write it down, 270,000 on buyer number.
Same number.
Same number, 257. He's helping everybody out. He's helping track 2 guy out right now. Thank you. 270,000 to 257, 270,000 to 257. All right, for track number 2, we're at 220,000. Got to be 225. 225. 220,000. Got to be 2 1/4. 220. Got to be 2 1/4. 220. Got to be 2 1/4. One more time. Bid 225. 225. 225. Got to be 2 1/4. Where? 220 is big. Got to be 225. 220 now. Get your hands held high, guys. I don't want to miss you. 225 where? 220 big. Got to be 225. 220 big. Got to be 225. What's the difference we need now?
We need that 5,000.
We need the money right now. 220 big. Got to be 225. 225. 30 where? 2 1/4. Now remember, guys, you got to exceed track number 3, 490 to be considered on the leaderboard. Got to be 225. 220. You got 225?
No, we exceeded it. 495 right now.
We're at 495. Thank you. 225. Got to be 230. 2 1/4 big. Got to be 230. 225. Got to be 230. Anybody else bid 230,000 where? 2/4 big. Got to be 230. 2 1/4 there now. 230 bid. Would have been 230. 225. Got to be 230. 225. Got to be 230. 225 big. Got to be 230. Anybody else want to bid 230? 225. Got to be 230.
We want to raise it one more time.
30, now 5, 230,000, gonna be 235, 230,000, gonna be 35 to bid, 35 to buy, bid 235, 230,000, gonna be 235, 230,000, gonna be 230, this is the way it works, guys, 230, now 5, on 230 there, gonna be 5 to bid, 5 to buy, bid 235, one more time, 230, now 5, on 230,000, gonna be 235, bid 235, one more time, bid 235, 235, 230,000, bid, gonna be 235, 230,000, gonna be 235. Let's write it down. $230,000 to the same buyer number. Same buyer number. 230,000.
We need 500,000, 505,000. Track 3 wants 9.
My book, that's
25, 56.
Yeah, Kenny's the ugliest man of white I've ever seen. I hate to say that.
Track 3, you combo buyers right there. The total of 1 and 2 equals $500,000 right now. And where I went to school at, they called that $500,000. 500,000, you got to be 505,000 if you want back in. 500,000 big, got to be 505. 500,000 got to be 5. Was that a yes yet? 505, 510, 500,000. Now, guys, if you help yourself and bid often, you're going to help knock these other guys out. 505 is big, got to be 510. 505, got to be 510. Help yourself out and bid some more on yourself. 505, 510 where? 505,000, got to be 510, get to 510, would have been 510,000 where? 505, 510 where? 505, got to be 510, get to 510, would have been 510,000 where? 5's big, got to be 10 where? 505,000, got to be 10, bid 10 to buy one more time, bid 10,000. 510,000, 505, 510 where? 505,000, gonna be 10 to bid, 10 to buy, bid 510,000. Guys, you need to raise yourself a little bit. Help yourself out here. 505, 510. Don't be afraid. It's only $5,000. 505, gonna be 510. 505, gonna be 510, because they could come back in on the other round and knock you right back out. 505, 510 where? 505, they're gonna be 510, get to 10, would have been 510,000. 510,000. 505, gonna be 510. 505, gonna be 510. 505, gonna be 510. 505, gonna be 510. Anybody else want to bid 510,000 where? 505 going to be 510. 505 going to be 510. Let's write it down. 505,000.
258.
258. 505. Kenny, can you write it down real quick, please? 505,000. 258. We're getting there, guys. The total of track 1 and 2 has got to be 510,000 if you want to be on the leaderboard. We need $10,000 between 1 and 2. One of you can raise a 10. One of you can raise a 5. One of you can raise a 5. Let's go to work here. 270. 275 where? Track 1 right here. 270. 275 where? Track 1 buyer. Get in and get going. 270. Going to be 275 where? 270 now. 75 to bid. 75 buy. It'll be 275. 270 going to be 275. 270 going to be 275. 270 big. Going to be 275. One more time bid. 275. Guys, help yourselves out here. 270 big. Going to be 75. We got to need $10,000. 275 where? 275 where? 270 big. Going to be 275. 270 now. 75. 270 now. 75 would have been 75. Anybody would have been 275. 270 now. 75. 270 now. 75. 270 now. 75. 270 now 75, 270 now 75, 270 now 75. Right now, the track 3 combo's in the lead right now. We need to make up the difference. If not, the farm's going to sell. 270 big, going to be 275, 270 now 275, 270 now 275. Write it down, the same number, 270,000, buyer number 257, 257, same number right up there. Track 2 on the 89.95 acres, we're at 230,000. We need 240. We need 240. We need 240. We need 240. 230,000, gotta be 240. Guys, we need $10,000 right here to be on the leaderboard. 240,000, 230 big, gotta be 240. 230 big, gotta be 240. 230 big, gotta be 240, get a 240, gotta be 240, and gonna be 240,000 where? 230 gonna be 240, 230 now 40, that's 10,000. We need it to be on the leaderboard. 230 big, gonna be 240. Anybody else can bid if you want to, guys. Jump right in, help yourselves. 230, gotta be 240. 230 big, gotta be 240. 230 now 240. 230 now 240. 230 now 240. 230 now 240. Guys, we're gonna move on. 230 big, gotta be 240. 230 now 240. 230 now 240. Leland, help me out here. 230 now 40. 230 big, gonna be 240. Anybody else in mid 240? 240, 240. 230,000, gonna be 240. 240, 240, 240. I'm gonna pull the plug. 240, now 45. 240,000, gonna be 245. 240 big, gonna be 245. 240 now 245. 240,000, gonna be 45. Get to 45, would have been 245,000. Where? 240. Anybody can bid right now. You guys, if you guys have been sitting back waiting, you can bid right now if you want to. 240 big, gotta be 245. 240,000, gonna be 245. 245. 240 now 245. 240 now 245. Write her down, Kenny. 240,000 on the same buyer number. What's that total, Cannon?
515, contract 3.
All right, track 3 on the combo buyers, and anybody can bid right now. Anybody can bid. That total right there is 510,000. We got to be 515. Combo guys, you got to be 515. 510,000, gonna be 515. 510,000, gonna be 515. 510, 15 where? 510, gonna be 15, gonna be 15, gonna be 15. 510,000, gonna be 15. You guys don't need to hear me rattle. He's asking questions. Huh?
You going around again?
Yep.
Okay.
Why?
Well, they just wanted to know.
Yeah, if they raise it, we're going back around again. Yep. We're 510, gotta be 15, gotta be 515, gotta be 515, gotta be 515, 510,000, gonna be 515, 510, gonna be 515, 510, gonna be 515. We're giving everybody equal chance, and we're going, if you raise your bid, we're going back around. We're at 515, gotta be 20, 510, 15,000, gonna be 20, 515, 20 where? 515, gonna be 20, 520, 520, gonna be 520. Anybody else want to bid 520? Guys, we're gonna move along real quick here now. 515's bid, gotta be 520, 515, gotta be 520. If you have any desire to bid on the entire combo right now, get your hands held high, because we're going to go right around. We're not going to take much time here. 515's bid, got to be 520, 520, 520. Let's hold it. 515,000.
258.
258. 258. 515,000. Where are we at now? We need 10 grand. Track 1 and 2 buyers, we need $10,000 to put you back on the leaderboard. Anybody can bid. A new bidder can bid right now if you want to. We're at track 1, 270, gotta be 275. 270,000, gotta be 275, gotta be 275. Anybody want to bid 275, 270 now, 75, 270 now. I'm gonna move right along, guys. We're not gonna take much time here. 270, gotta be 75. 270, gotta be 75. 270 now, 75. 270 now, 75. 270 now, 75. We might not be coming back to you. Now's your time to bid if you want it. 270 now, 75. 270 now, 75. 270 now, 75. If you have any desire to bid on this farm, you need to do it now. You need to do it now. 270 bid, gotta be 275. 275, 275, 270 bid, gonna be 275, 270 now, 275. Yep. 80,000, 80,000, 80,000, 275 bid, gonna be 280, 275 gonna be 280. If you want to bid, bid now. 275, 280 where? 275 gonna be 280, would have been 280, one more time, bid 280. We might not be coming back around to this again, guys. 275, gotta be 80. 275, gotta be 80. 275, gotta be 80. If you want to bid on it, now is your opportunity to do. Don't wait thinking you're gonna get in on the next round, because there might not be a next round. 275, 280 where? 275 gonna be 280 with one more time, bid 280,000. 280,000, 275 gonna be 280. 280. 275 gonna be 280. Darren working right here. 275 gonna be 280. You're thinking about it, I can tell in your eyes. 275 gonna be 80. 275 gonna be 80. One more time, come with me, sir. 275 gonna be 80. I can tell you're thinking about it. 275 gonna be 80. I can read your eyes. 275 gonna be 80. 275 gonna be 80. Bid 80. Buy one more time. Bid 280. 275 gonna be 80. 275 gonna be 80. 275 gonna be 80. 275 gonna be 80. Write her down. 275 on buyer number. 275,000 on 257. Let's move along to track number 2, folks. We're getting there. Where are we at on it? Half of nothing, still nothing. Track number 2 right here, 240,000. What's the difference? Huh?
We need 5 grand.
We need 5. Is it tied right now?
So we need 5.
We're at 515 for the.
Yep.
We're at 240,000. Going to be 245. Get 245. Get 245. Get 245. Anyone want to bid 245? 245. 245. We're 240,000. Going to be 245. We can have new fire right now. Anytime. If you want to bid now. Bid often. 240,000. Going to be 245. Darren working a little bit. 240. Going to be 45. Get to 45. Going to be 45. 245,000. Where? 240 bid. Going to be 245. 240. Now 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 45. Get to 45. That's only $5,000 right there. 240, now 45. Anybody else want to bid 245? 245, 245, 245. Now 50, 245,000 going to be 50, 245 now 50, 245 now 50, 245 going to be 250. Anybody else want to bid 250, 245 now 50, 245 now. I'm going to move along, guys. 245 now 50. If you got any desire to bid, bid now. 245 now 50, 245 going to be 50, 245 now 50. Hold it, 245,000 on the same buyer number. Where are we at? We're at 520. What's that add to? 520. I know where you went to school at, Jeff. All right, we're at 520,000 for the combo of 1 and 2. Track 3, buyer, bidder, you are out right now. You need to be 525,000. 520 is big, it'll be 525. 520 big, it'll be 525, get to 525. 525, 530 where? 25 is big, it'll be 30. The more you bid right now, you can knock them guys out for the next round. 525 is big, it'll be 530. Do her one more time and you can own the farm today. 525, it'll be 530. 525, 530. 525, 530. 525, it'll be 530. 525, 530. I'm not going to take much time here, guys. 525, 530. If you have any desire to own the whole farm, bid now. 525 is big, it'll be 530,000 where? 525, 530 where? Write it down, 525,000. 258. 525,000. What do we need, 10,000? Track 1 and 2. Track 1 and 2, you're down $10,000 right now. Track 1, 275, got to be 280. 275, got to be 280. 275, 280. 275, 280. Are you shaking your head? 275, 280. One more time, are you sure? 275, got to be 280. 275, got to be 280. Anybody else want to bid 280? We're looking for new fire. You guys can get in and get going. 275, 280 where? 275, you want to own the farm, now's the time. 275, 280 where? 275, big, got to be 280. Anybody else want to bid 280? 275, 80 where? 275, 280 where? 275, 280 where? 275, 280 where? If you have any desire on track 1, get your hand held high now. We may not be coming back to it. 275, 280 where? 275, 280 where? 275, you flew all the way in here. What do you think? 275, 280, 280, 280, 280, 280. One more time, this bidder 280, 270. I'll come out and fish it with you. 275, 280 where? 275 big, it'll be 280, would have been 280. I'll shoot the big one for you too. 275, 280 where? 275 big, it'll be 280. Anybody else want to bid 280? 275, 280? Hold it the same number, 270 to 275,000 on 257. Track number 2, we're down $10,000. 245 today, gonna be 255. 255. Gotta be 255 to get in the leaderboard. 255. 255. 245 today, gonna be 255. 255. 255. 255. 255. 255. 255. 255. 255,000 where? We're looking for new fire. 255 where? 255 where? 255. Leland, what about you? 255 where? Are you for sure done? I want to give you ample opportunity here. 255 where? I don't want you walking out of here saying you didn't have a chance. 245 is today going to be 255. 245, the farm's going to sell today, guys, ladies and gentlemen. 245, 255, the combo's in the lead. 245, 255, going once. 245, 250, all in and all done. 245 going to be 55 to knock out the combo. 245, 55 where?
We're gonna open up on the combo one more time.
We will. Good point, Jeff. 245, 55 where? 245 going to be 55. 245, 55 where? Hold it. This is the last round right now. Track 3, we're at 525. If you've been holding off wanting to buy on a combo, this is it. No more after this round right here. If you want to buy the farm, it's selling together. The farm is selling together as one. If you want to bid, you're bidding on the whole thing. This is it. After this, the farm is going to have a new owner. We're at 525,000. Got to be 530. 525 today. Got to be 530. 525. Got to be 530. Would have been 530. 530. 530. Would have been 530,000 for the whole farm, guys. Get in and get going. If you want to own the whole farm, 5 1/4 bid. Got to be 530. This is the last round. There's no more. 525. 530. 5 1/4 bid. Got to be 530. Got to be 530. Would have been 530,000. Where? 525. 530. 525. Got to be 530. Anybody else want to bid 530? Last and fair warning. 525's bid. Got to be 530. 525,000 going to be 530. 525 going to be 530. 525 going to be 530. 525,000 going to be 530. 525 going to be 530. Anybody else want to bid 530? Last and fair warning. Thank you for all your help today. 525, 530. Sold the farm. 525,000. Thank you.
Thanks, folks. Appreciate it.
Thank you, each and every one of you, for showing up today. If you're thinking about selling your farm ground, ag land, recreational ground, visit with People's Company. We'd be happy to help you out.